Okay, guys. So I just want to give you a quick brief on the setup of my Tirpitz just before I show you my gameplay. Just very briefly, got secondary basic firing training, basics of survivability, situation awareness. I like to know when I'm being spotted, and I also that only that well, of course, you know, in the middle of the game, you're normally being spotted by someone, but especially in the latter part of the game, when you're facing maybe one or two opponents, it can be helpful sometimes just to know, you are being spotted, but also they have to be within your view range, so they can't be that far off. Sometimes just helps. So, and then of course, incoming fire alert. I think that's very important because I like to know when I'm being shot at, and then I can do something about it. And I'm quite sure you will agree with me that when you look at the clip that comes right after this, there's one player who didn't have it, and he didn't completely lose it, but he paid for it. Superintendent, the longer I can keep myself in the game, the better it is because the more damage I can inflict, and I can def, I can cap, whatever, I can participate. Um, Advanced firing training, for me, that's important due to the extra defense firing range for my anti-aircraft, simply because once you start encountering tier 7, 8, 9, 10 um, carriers, you know, you are very thankful for every single gun that can take out a torpedo bomber. That's it on my captain. The modules I use are, let's have a look. Main battery modification 1. You know, I want to shoot. That's what the ship is for. That's why it's afloat. So I better have them. Then gunfire control system accuracy can definitely be improved on the Tirpitz. So that's one way of doing it, or actually the only way of doing it. Damage control system 1 and damage control system 2. I chose not to do the propulsion. I don't have that on any ship actually. And I didn't choose the steering gears because I think that the Tirpitz is all right. It's doing all right. So flag wise, I got my Hotel Yankee. You will see, I actually was in dire need to have that on my mast. I didn't know that I needed it in this game. So Zulu, India Bravo, Terra 3, a few others, but that one can be useful at times. Okay, here we have. That's it. Let's show some gameplay. Well, and here we are on Land of Fire. Yeah, I actually quite like that map because it's like, it's got ample possibilities for destroyers due to the amount of small islands, which of course makes it very, very dangerous for battleships. It's got some, you know, free areas where you can move around and spot ships, and I think it's a good design. Anyway, still you have to be very careful. You have to be very good on the situational awareness, and always try to have a little glance at the minimap to make sure that you know where the destroyers are, because it kind of sucks when you come around an island, either unsuspecting, which you never should be, but anyway, more or less focused on whatever you're busy with, probably shooting at something, and then and that's the end of it because you run into, I don't know, 10, 15, 100 torpedoes. Sometimes it feels like that. So anyway, I loaded HE, no, sorry, AP, because when I play a battleship, I always load AP, unless I only have a few destroyers left or very flimsy um, cruisers, because it's very unlikely that the first thing that's going to be spotted is a destroyer. And it's very unlikely that you're close enough to hit it with your guns anyway. So if it's being spotted at like 15 kilometers away by another destroyer, you have to have we have to be very lucky shot in order to hit it. Anyway, so I have AP loaded um, because I think that's the smartest thing to do. My role as a battleship is a damage dealer if you so want. So anyway, I'm having a look at that beautiful North Carolina. I have one very fine ship. Um, Check out his flags a little bit. Anyway, so Yeah, I'm not really speeding up too much because I don't really want to be the first one in. I've done that in the beginning, first few hundred games, maybe even just until a few games, 100 games ago or something, because I don't know. I thought gain the momentum. It's always nice to be the first in to kind of give it a certain direction, put pressure on the enemy and stuff like that until I learned you are normally the first. Yes, even if you play well and evade well and stuff like that, you take a lot of heat and, it's not really something that makes you last very long in the game. And that, of course, is not very smart because you cannot inflict damage if you are dead. So we talked. You see, I've been spotted, right? I shot that immediately reduces my or increases my visibility, and then I land a very nice shot on that York. But as I said earlier on in my video that I did about the setup I have on my captain, he did not have the incoming fire alert. Even if he has been, if he's seen and he's been spotted, well, if he does have that skill, he didn't move, which is not very smart. But he definitely didn't have the incoming fire alert because he didn't move at all, or he was just plain stupid. That's possible. I mean, he's called Silly Billy, isn't it? Anyway, so I don't, normally when you're being shot at, you move. That's what you do. But anyway, that's why I say I really like to have that incoming fire alert. It has saved me countless times, and that's why I really recommend it. You can react, and again, the longer you are alive, the more damage you can inflict. So that Fuso, yeah, scored a little hit there for about 6,000 damage at York's coming around, and I hope for a good shot, but of course he's turning. He learned fast, that's for sure, and not really a worthwhile target anymore. So, but in front of me, I have three battleships, and one of them is coming around nicely. Being a tier 6 ship, its armor cannot be completely impenetrable. And so I give that a shot. And my shots are short. So anyway, something's shooting at me. I don't know what it is, but I immediately turn to, you know, port, starboard, whatever I do, some movement in order to just, you know, make sure that I don't go into the pre-planned arc of fire. So look at that Botan TGF Fuso. He's not moving. He's not doing anything. I scored two citadel hits and one normal hit on him. And I'm not very smart, by the way, either, because you see, I'm basically showing my broadside to a Nagato, a Fuso, and a New Mexico. So, and a Cleveland that just been in that on the right-hand side. So, call me lucky, right? It's not very smart. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Angle your armor. Anyway, that Fuso is really stupid, it seems, because again, he didn't do anything, and he got taken out by, I think, what was it? Apple. What is it? Nürnberg. Okay, well done. Um, or maybe no, it was probably the other Fuso. It was probably the other Fuso. So anyway, and then he's calling us bot pissers, whatever that is. But I presume he thinks we're using aimbots or something. So yeah, I mean, they're stupid, and then everybody makes mistakes. That's fine, but just don't get aggravated over it, and especially don't blame other people. But of course, as we all know, a player better than you must be a hacker or definitely in some way not playing correctly or honestly. And if he's playing worse than you, he should definitely go play something else, right? He is not worth being in this game. So I make a huge mistake here. And that is, I should have kept on turning to port side. I was afraid of being rammed, though, and I thought, oh, well, but then I thought, no, take the other side. You can definitely get in with your torps. And yeah, I didn't get shit. Now, what I didn't talk about in my video when I showed you my setup was that currently I have the Die Hard flag on my mast. So that was the only thing that saved me from certain death here. And that Nagato played very smart. He overextended. He couldn't go back. If he would have turned, he would have shown his broadside to too many ships. So he was dead meat already. What did he do? He thought, if I go down, I take one more with me. So he did just the right thing, and I fell for it. I was, stupid, and it didn't. I don't stop being stupid, because what I do is look at my health. I used my repair party, so I regained 6K. Um, yeah, and still I'm moving down. I'm moving south. Why am I doing that? I honestly, I can't tell you. But I realized that I will probably be dead very soon because that Cleveland is, again, I hate Clevelands because of my overpens on them, and they really nag me and keep me burning and stuff like that. So anyway, I slow down um, purely and only because I wanted to uh, quote unquote evade more shots, which of course doesn't make any sense either because if you're a sitting duck, you're a sitting duck, right? So anyway, I decide that I really have to get the hell out of Dodge and turn. Which, by the way, the reason I slowed down was not the one because I had an island in front of me, but that was the only reason that saved me from running into that island. Because if I would have kept done that turn at full speed, I would have been stuck and I would have been dead meat. So that was again lucky. So, I'm just being honest. I'm not saying, oh yeah, I have this island there and I knew it because, it would be a plain lie. I was just lucky. So anyway, um, I hope my front guns are coming around. Turret traverse speed on the Tirpitz is actually not very bad. So waiting for that. Having a look around, being detected, but of course that's not exactly something you'd call a miracle at these distances. And I'm waiting for my shot here because I think he's taken a port turn. Well, I didn't wait actually. I'm waiting for with the next one. And then I think, looks like he's going to be running into that island. Yes, he is. So waited for that. I mean, it was only one turret ready anyway, so nothing there to be missed. And then I gave it all I had. Um, okay, last one hit with a Citadel hit. Nice, I love those. And fortunately, from 1500 HP, that was the lowest I was at when I was being shot at from the Cleveland and the Nuremberg when I was doing the turn. I'm back up to 6.5. So, and that, by the way, as I said, this thing saved my life because of the fact that I took the premium version of the damage control because it's or repair party. Sorry, gee, I keep messing those up. Anyway, I mean the damage repair party because otherwise I think I simply would have been dead. And that cooldown was faster, so I could engage that thing faster. Please take a look at the minimap. So, I saw that torp. Fortunately, didn't hit me. So, if you have a look at that minimap, you see there is a destroyer off on my starboard side. Now, I did not know that when I played this game. So, I thought I scored an incapacitation on that foo, so that's nice. Oh, why are my secondaries opening up? That's when I realized there's a Benson next to me, and I thought, Jesus, I mean, how stupid can you get? Seriously, the only reason why I actually did do the turn to port was because I wanted to train my guns onto that Cleveland. So, well, what can I say? It's just very, very, very lucky. So, anyway, I thought I'd keep shooting at that Cleveland to make sure it goes down with Davy Jones or into Davy Jones's locker. And then I see the torps coming and I think, ooh, maybe check up on that. No, fortunately for me, and that really is very fortunate, I did turn to port for a completely different reason than trying to avoid the torps of that Benson, but there you go. As luck has it, must be a very lucky ship. So, and believe me, sailors do believe in luck. Um, that Fuso is the next one to die. There's, for me anyway, there's nothing else in range. There's the Silly Billy, the York is down there. Um, I, anyway, I don't know exactly know the health that he has still left, but it can't be that much, so he's not really a threat. And you know, it's now 1, 2, 6 versus 4. Most of them are dead already. So I take another shot here, still trying to not show him now, by the way, and trying not to show him too much of my ship on my broadside. Score a Citadel hit, get the Confederate medal, and kill him, which is nice. All right, now what's left? That York is down to 470 health points, so that's probably not going to be dangerous to me. That leaves 2 tier 8 destroyers. The Fubuki can't spot me. There's the island between him and me, so this must be the Benson. And I'm not feeling good about that. I'm not feeling comfortable because I think during the game I saw that at least the Benson hadn't been spotted. However, you never know what the setup on that Benson is, so you know he might have gone down between those islands at E6 anyway. So it's difficult. You never know. Let's face it. So anyway, I didn't really feel very comfortable. I didn't know what was happening or which way the Benson was going. I was presuming that the Fubuki was going down to their B cap in order to defend. And then, of course, there were 2 choices. Either Benson goes down as well to B cap, which would have been interesting because, you know, to combine, they have 19 torpedoes. And if you put those through the cap zone, I mean, there's not going to be much left. So that was a real danger. And the other possibility was that he was going up to the A cap. And if that Fubuki, I mean, you don't just want to sit in the A cap if there's a Fubuki around because his torps still do a lot of damage. So it was a bit iffy and tricky. And it seemed that the North Carolina, who's just pointing at the map, is staying north or going north. And you know that Benson on the upgraded torpedoes, it has like 16,000 damage per torpedo. So you know he can definitely take out that North Carolina. So here we go. What's going to happen? There you go. The Benson is at our A cap. Must be the Benson. There's no other choice because especially now there's 3 torpedoes coming at us, or actually 3 sets of torpedoes of 3 each. So that's a definite sign for a Fubuki. And I thought I had this here. I didn't. It was a meter. So, ouch, 10,000 damage. Anyway, I have no repair parties left, but I have my damage control party. Now I got it right for whatever reason that happened. Now this is interesting because of that Fubuki actually manages to keep us from capping or resetting at least, either by shooting at us or hitting us with torps. There is a real chance for those 2 guys to actually win the game. And, you know, I gotta hand it to them. That really, I respect that. I mean, they didn't just turn around, run away, and say, well, we lost the game, you know, save up on the repair bill or whatever. I don't know if they communicated or not. They are not in a platoon or division, it's called here. So, anyway, very smart move, I thought. Still, you need a lot of luck, you know, because completely outnumbered and stuff. But anyway, I like that. I really did. Some more torps incoming. I definitely managed to avoid this much better than the previous one. And yeah, now the Fubuki is being spotted, and there's the Cleveland very close by, so that's pretty dangerous for the Fubuki. I don't know what I incapacitated. Might be the engine, actually. Looks like it. Um, yeah. Hmm. It looks like the North Carolina has been able to reset the cap a little bit. That Fubuki has now dropped or yeah, dropped two sets of torpedoes. So there is one more. There it is. His last set. Now it would take him, I think, about 1 minute something to reload on those. His engines are down. My lead here is absolutely terrible for whatever reason. Anyway, that's it. We win the game. Lucky, lucky, lucky. But won. So here I am. 476,000 damage, 5,000 experience. Dreadnought Diehard Confederate, first place as well. I, like that. Take that any day. And did over 100,000 damage with AP, few secondaries. Yeah, I hit quite a lot of ships. You can see on the right side, and that was nice. And of course, the amount of damage I took was more than 90,000, so about 20k more than the Tirpitz actually has hit points. So that was nice. Enjoyed that game. Leave some comments. I'll be happy to see you next time. Thank you.